not again going back through stress. So this is something that we have to look at it. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, while I saw my good friend, Honorable Jessica, quarreling there, and I was able to look at your gallery and looking at the students who are seated here today, we are duty bound as honorable members to conduct ourselves in a manner that befits the honor of this house, because these learners are here to learn good and best practices of leadership. We should not be exposing and showing a character that is going to demean this house or to inspire and a behavior in schools that is not what they are. As we've seen schools being banned, children are learning a lot from leaders. So it's something that we must conduct ourselves in orderly. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker.
I want to recognize the presence today in the Speaker's Gallery of students from Usenge High School in Bondo, Siaya. Thank you. You may be seated. Thank you. MP for Bondo, give very solid words of encouragement to these young learners.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me join you in welcoming our learners and the students from across the country, from different schools that have visited Parliament today, and of particular Usenge High School that comes from Bondo. Mr. Speaker, that is my neighbor at home. The school is my neighbor at home, and we have a very good kind of neighborliness. Mr. Speaker, I want to mention two things principally. Number one is the whole issue of the advantage that the students or the learners that have visited this Parliament have over many others. It is a privilege, it's an opportunity that many others don't have. It's an opportunity and it's a privilege that many hundreds of schools are unable to get here, Mr. Speaker. While this is happening today, for the number of years that I've been a member of Parliament, Mr. Speaker, only 3 schools in my entire constituency have managed to get here. It's such a difficult exercise. And the students need to realize that this is really a serious privilege that they have. And when they are visiting this house, there are things that they really need to pick and get back home with. There's an advantage that others don't have. Out of my 48 or so schools, only 3 for over 10 years have at least managed to get here. Getting here is over 800 kilometers back and forth. And having students on the road for days, sometimes it's not a very easy exercise. So please, get this, that is a privilege. Get this, that you have an opportunity that others don't have. Please utilize it thoroughly. The second thing, Mr. Speaker, that I want to mention is, for the learners, either you're in junior or in secondary or senior schools, this is a laboratory for some of your subjects. When you are in a physics lab back in your school, and when there's a chemistry lab back in your school, for those of you who are doing history and government, this is your lab. This is a laboratory for you. For those of you who are doing humanities pathways, this is a laboratory for you. You've come to learn just the same way you'll be in a biology laboratory back in the school. So please pick it. What we are doing here, Parliament is the source of how governments work. Policies, legislations, issues of even money, in terms of how we allocate money, how money goes to do services for this country, are done or are churned from this house. So please, you are in a serious institution, an institution that's really a pillar in terms of how governments run. So please, it's a good opportunity that you are here. We want to pray for your journey mercies back at home. Asanteni sana.
We also have in the Speaker's Gallery students from MATIANG'I Girls Secondary School. This is a second group. I think there was a group before that. Please rise. Please, congratulations. I thought I would hear a lot of stomping in the house here to support these young learners. Anyway, yes. They are from Chebalungu, but go ahead, you.
Mr. Speaker, MATIANG'I is a school very close to my constituency.
Yes.
And although it's located in Chebalungu,
yes,
But many children from Kilgoris also go there. So as a member of Kilgoris, I want to congratulate the kids for coming here today and to wish them a good time. Moi Siongiroi is a school that was founded by the president I served under, Moi, and we saw it being built. And it continues to have a good record. So I wish them a good trip in Nairobi.
Yes, we will also recognize students from Mamiloki Primary and Junior School in Mwala, Machakos, in the public gallery here. The honorable members at the back there from Ukambani, the students coming from your region here, and we want a dignified member of parliament to give them words of encouragement.
Thank you.
These are students from Mamiloki Primary and Junior School in Mwala, Machakos.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving this opportunity to welcome the students and the pupils from Mwala in Machakos County. On behalf of the Member of Parliament, Honorable Vincent Kawaya, I want to welcome you to this Parliament so that you can watch the debates and be able to learn more so that in the future you can aspire to be a Member of Parliament. So you are most welcome. And also all the other students who are in the premises of Parliament, I also welcome you. Feel that you are wanted here and you need to be here. This is your Parliament because you are a citizen of this country and you have a right to come and watch the debate in this Parliament. Thank you, Mr.
Next
Speaker.
is the students from Kakenya High School in Kilgoris, who are also in the public gallery here. I do understand the member for Kilgoris has already given words of encouragement to the students from Chapalungu, but go ahead now and also encourage your own constituency. Is Kilgoris not your constituency?
That is true, Mr. Speaker. I wish to
Proceed, Kakenya High School.
Congratulate and welcome the children from Kakenya. This is a very important school in Kenyan division, founded by a very prominent lady who has worked in the United States called Kakenya. And the school is one of those excellent schools that you should take your kids to. I want to tell the young girls who have come to look at this house as a place where their representatives are, and that one day that one of them or two of them might wish to come here. But this is a place also to look at when you want to study government in your studies. This is a place where we make laws. Those on the other side are in the government, and we are here also. But we all are one house that makes laws in the country. So you are quite welcome to this house.
Finally, students from St. Luke's Catholic School, Kajiado, and students from Mungoni Primary and Junior School, Igambangombe, Chuka. Kajiado, any of the members of parliament from Mukambani or from the Ma community here? Order, it's not your business. These students take years to come here. Order, honorable member. Proceed, somebody should encourage them also. Proceed, honorable member. Order.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Chuka Igambangombe, Honorable Speaker, is my neighboring constituency from Tharaka Nithi, and I'm from Embu County. I want to take this opportunity to actually welcome and encourage our young men and women, and I want them to take this opportunity to dream bigger, even beyond this house, Honorable Speaker. I believe everybody here remembers that trip to Parliament, and is a trip that encouraged many of us, Honorable Speaker, to actually fight to be in this house. Honorable Speaker, this is the house that makes a lot of contribution with education. It is the house that actually, Honorable Speaker, has made our education to be somewhere through the NDCDF funds, and Honorable Speaker, through the many policies that we have passed in this House. And Honorable Speaker, I want to tell the student that yes, we mean well for the education sector. Yes, we fight for the budget of education to be even enough. But Honorable Speaker, we also want to say in this floor, Honorable Speaker, that we should be very cautious when we are promising many things. I heard some times back a promise of free university education, and I was very worried that we have not even gone very far with the free primary education and free secondary education, Honorable Speaker. And those are things we need to discuss in this House and ensure we streamline the policies that guide our education. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Okay, I will now call on the chair of the Energy Committee.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
To respond to the statement that was sought by the Honorable Joseph Tunui, MP for Kurisei South.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, following the letter dated 2nd July 2026, under reference NADDC Energy 2026.
Is he in the House, the MP?
Yes.
Where is he? Tunui, well, proceed here. Okay.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The National Assembly Departmental Committee on Energy requested the Cabinet Secretary in the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum to make submissions regarding prolonged delay in repair and replacement of faulty electricity transformers in Kuresoi South constituency, as requested by Honorable Joseph Tanui, Member of Parliament for Kuresoi South constituency, Honorable Chair. In the first question, where the member sought a report on state of transformers serving Kabongoi Primary School, Kapngorot Secondary School, Tomboalo, Tirigoi, Chenungu, Kaprengero, Gorofa, and Leldas Nyalias, including the dates when transformers in respect of transformers were reported and the action taken to date. Honorable Speaker, the response from the ministry is that Kenya Power has undertaken technical assessment of the transformers serving the cited areas and the detailed schedule indicating the date each transformer was reported, the assessment conducted, and the status of remedial works is submitted to the committee by KPLC as follows. Honorable Speaker, we have a schedule that has 10, we start, the first one is Tirogoi Primary School. The fault was reported on the 5th February 2026. The faulty transformer was replaced on the 15th March 2026, restoring electricity supply. 2, we have Gorofa Secondary School, reported on the 6th of February 2026 and replaced on the 14th February 2026. 3, Tambuago Primary School, it was reported in 2020, Honorable Speaker. The 20 kVA stroke 33 kV transformer confirmed faulty and to be replaced by July 2026. Honorable Speaker, the list goes on, and the last one is Kaplengero. Investigation established that the associated medium voltage line was not formally handed over to KPLC by the by REREC. Honorable Speaker, the line also have several technical defects, including vandalized earthing. Kenya Power has initiated engagement with REREC to undertake a joint technical inspection and facilitate corrective actions prior to the commissioning of the transformer. Question number 2, the Member of Parliament sought the factors that have contributed to the prolonged delay in repairing or replacing faulty transformers, particularly those that have remained non-functional for more than 2 years. Honorable Speaker, the Cabinet Secretary indicated that delay in repairing or replacing some faulty transformers has been occasioned by a combination of technical, operational, and administrative factors, including, and not limited to, 1, the need to undertake comprehensive technical investigation to establish the root cause of transformer failure before replacement; 2, stock supply challenges for the KV, 25 kVA/33 kV transformers in the last financial year; 3, the requirement to complete prerequisite works such as metering, installation, network configuration, and correction of defects before new transformers can be energized safely; and 3, infrastructure ownership and asset handover challenges projects implemented by REREC, particularly where electricity network have not been formally transferred to KPLC for operational and maintenance. And lastly, Honorable Speaker, vandalism of electricity infrastructure and repeated damage to network asset, which increases restoration cost and prolongs repair timelines. Honorable Speaker, the Kenya Power continually reviews these challenges and prioritizes interventions to minimize restoration timelines while ensuring the safety, quality, and sustainability of electricity supply. 3, the member also wanted to get a response on the measures put in place by the ministry and relevant agency to restore electricity supply to the affected areas and the timelines for the repair or replacement of the faulty transformers. Honorable Speaker, the Ministry of Energy, in collaboration with KPLC and other relevant stakeholders, has instituted measures to restore electricity supply to the affected areas, including 1, replacement of faulty transformers serving Tirigoi Primary School; 2, replacement of the remaining faulty transformers by 30th July 2026, that is by the end of this month; restoration of outstanding electricity issue, including metering, installation, network defects, and third-party infrastructure handover requirement to facilitate safe energization. Honorable Speaker, the 4th question was the long-term measures being implemented to improve maintenance, reduce response time for transformer failures, and ensure reliable electricity supply to customers in Kuresoi South constituency and other affected areas across the country. Honorable Speaker, the Kenya Power has implemented several long-term initiatives aimed at improving network reliability, reduce transformer faults, and reducing restoration times in the event of transformer failure that include 1, strengthening the preventive and conditional-based maintenance program to detect any and rectify emerging defects before equipment failure; 2, increase investments in replacement of aging transformers; 3, maintaining strategic stocks of transformers and critical materials to enhance emergency response capability; and 4, Honorable Speaker, strengthen collaboration with the county government, security agencies, and local communities, combat vandalism, protect electricity infrastructure, and safeguard power line waylifts. And lastly, Honorable Speaker, continuous investment in technical capacity, operational efficiency, and modern maintenance practices to improve service delivery and ensure sustainable electricity supply across the country. These measures form part of the Kenya Power ongoing commitment to providing safe, reliable, and quality electricity services to all customers while supporting the country's social and economic development, Honorable Speaker. That is the response. And although, Speaker, just one is that recently, because of the recent enacted law on the National Infrastructure Fund, Honorable Speaker, KPLC has since under the all the government-owned investments that are supposed to move, they have already been moved to under the National Infrastructure Fund, Honorable Speaker. And that, I hope, will speed up the processes of what is happening now. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
The MP for Kuresoi.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I want to say that I'm satisfied with the report, Honorable Speaker. But I just want to make an appeal through you, Honorable Speaker, to the Chair to monitor very closely what the Ministry has talked about, so that they adhere as per the timelines, because we have examinations approaching and some schools are affected. And it will be very sad, Honorable Speaker, for students in some of those schools to sit for exams without electricity. Otherwise, I want to say I'm satisfied, and I know the Chair is very able and you'll monitor closely. Thank you.
Yes, the Honorable Member for Tana River. No.
Magarini.
Magarini, yes.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika. Ripoti iliyotolewa na mwenyekiti ni ripoti ambayo yapendeza, lakini niombe tu vile amesema nchini kote kutashughulikiwa. Kuna transformer ambazo zimeharibika sehemu ya Sosoni Bungale location, na saa hii tunavyozungumza kuna zaidi ya miezi 4, na sehemu zingine kama za Ngomeni kuna zaidi ya miezi 5. Kwa hivyo ningeomba sana atilie mkazo kwa wahusika kuona kwamba zinarekebishwa haraka iwezekanavyo, maana zingine zina uhusiano na dispensaries ambapo kuna zile fridge za kuwekea dawa za nyoka. Ikiwa hatuwezi kuzihifadhi dawa za nyoka, binadamu anapopata ajali hiyo ya kuumwa na nyoka inakuwa ni matatizo. Mwenyekiti, jitihada inahitajika. Asante Mheshimiwa Spika.
Yes, MP for Kilgoris.
Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Chairman has given an answer and seems to have restricted himself to Kuresoi. You'll remember, Mr. Speaker, if you are in the House, that when the member for Kuresoi raised this issue and it became the property of the House, there was a huge debate about it. And actually, we asked the chairman to produce an answer that was going to be an all-encompassing, because, Mr. Speaker, this is a huge problem. There are many transformers everywhere, especially when we're talking about Kilgoris, that are not functioning. And there seems to be no plan at all to restore those transformers. We had asked this, and the Speaker had said that the Minister himself would come to the House to actually address this comprehensively. Because of the eminence of the chairman, could he make sure that the Minister comes here and we address more than Kuresoi? Because we have questions in our constituencies which we cannot deal with up to now. It is a very serious issue.
Who is at the back there? Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. This is Edith. And actually, I meant a similar statement the last session. Hope my response is also coming. But, Mr. Speaker, note that by the time I made the statement, I requested for 15 transformers. But right now, we have 33 transformers in Kitue's constituency, which are not functioning. We keep on reporting every time. Some have even taken more than a year. And from the office, from the director's office for Kenya Power, they keep on saying that they will come to repair, but they do not do that. And since this one is a common problem, as my colleague has said, I think it's proper that we have the minister coming, because there's no point keeping on making new connections while the old ones are not being maintained. And there's a lot of outcry, especially in the dispensaries and also in the main towns where the businesses have really gone down and people can't do business as usual. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Rueda.
Asante, Bwana Spika. Nami nimjulishe mwenyekiti kwamba hizi transformer kwetu pia Lamu Mashariki, ingawa kuna sehemu zingine hatuna kabisa, watu wakiomba hapa si tunashangaa. Kuna wodi mzima ya Basuba haina kabisa, lakini naomba ile mipangilio ya kuharakisha kupelekwa stima upande wa Basuba ifanywe bidii. Lakini hii transformer Shanga, kijiji cha Shanga kilikuwa transformer yake imeharibika na ikatolewa ya upande wa shule ikapelekwa huko kushikilia ilipokuwa shule zimefungwa. Sasa hii shule zimefunguliwa, ile area ya kwenda skuli ya Shanga Primary imekuwa sasa transformer yao hawana. Kwa hivyo naomba tafadhali chama hiyo mipangilio ya transformer hakikisha na kule kwetu tumepata. Pia niliuliza hapa swali kabla chama nashikilie, mwenyekiti ashikilie. Mwenyekiti mwenzako, nilikuwa hapa ni maswali siku zote kuhusu generator. Tafadhali mwenyekiti, kutoka bunge lililopita tumekuwa tukiulizia ile line ya kutoka pale port kwenda kule Faza. Hii magenerator siku zote ni kesi za generator. Siku zote kule kwangu ni kesi generator especially wakati wa jua kali zinaharibika. Sisi ni wa Kenya na pesa sahihi iko na Lamu sahihi sisi kwetu, hiyo refinery inakuja kwetu. So maendeleo lazima yapatikane. Vitu kama hivyo tupangilieni na sisi tupate ile line ya kutoka pale Kenya Port iende pale Mtangawanda ifike paka vijiji vote. Na hiyo kesi mwenyekiti anajua, tulizungumza, tuliuliza maswali, na kuna sehemu nyingi za mashambani kule Lamu Faza Ward na mitaa mipya haina hizo transformer. Hiyo report yote imeandikwa iko Kenya Power, lakini hatujasaidika. Mwenyekiti Speaker, na kuomba huyu mwenyekiti huyu asiwe kama ule mwingine, ikawa eneo bunge moja likapata milioni 450 na Lamu Mashariki ikapata milioni 4 peke yake. Na muomba huyu najua ni muungwana sana. Kwa hivyo tafadhali hakikisha na hizi sehemu zingine nazo zimepata stima. Asante.
MP for Kachiliba.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think I'll follow up with what Mheshimiwa Rueda said in terms of connectivity. As others are complaining more about electricity, transformers falling or not working, some of us are even wondering if we will ever be connected to electricity. Close to half of my schools in Kachaliba constituency, Mr. Speaker, do not have electricity. Leave alone the prospect of this electricity being connected anytime soon. So as we complain, I think we also need to look at, are we putting all our resources to where already electricity is? But that does not water down what others are saying, because even in the same constituency, Kachaliba constituency, there are very few schools that got electricity. Their transformers are all falling down and they are being taken, they are recalled. Close to a year, some of the transformers have never been returned. So making it total failure, because half of it do not have electricity, and those that have electricity, Mr. Speaker, the transformers have been vandalized or have been taken away by Kenya Power, people with the pretext that they are going to repair them and return them. I will suggest, Mr. Speaker, because we will always continue complaining about this, hoping that the minister will come and give us a prospective answer or an answer that will satisfy our people, The only thing that will satisfy our people, Mr. Speaker, is when we see electricity being connected back again, not questions, not answers. So I will ask the chair, who is my good friend, to follow up with the ministry to ensure that the schools, and especially the few schools that don't have electricity in areas like mine, that do not have electricity at all anyway, those schools are considered and an affirmative action is taken. So that when we do exams, we are not disadvantaged, Mr. Speaker. That we should also do exams like any other candidates across this country who have electricity. We do not want to continue operating on the 1980s, 1990s TARs and Optimuses. Mr. Speaker, thank you so much. I know the chair here will follow it up, and especially for us who do not have electricity, and continually, Speaker, to continue considering areas that have not at all been connected. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Karema.
Honorable Speaker, as we agree with the report by the Chair Energy Committee, Honorable Speaker, the issue of electricity connectivity in this country of late has become a very controversial issue. Honorable Speaker, I come from Embu County, and during all Kalou elections, there was a rumor that transformers are coming from one side of Mbere North, being taken to Olkalau for campaigns. Honorable Speaker, I also met the chair there campaigning for the UDA candidate. And Honorable Speaker, I want to actually caution the chair not to fall into the trap of using electricity as a campaign tool when there is a need. There is a very serious need to map the country, know where electricity is not well connected, know where transformers have become obsolete, and Honorable Speaker, act with speed, put in budget, look for partners, so that, Honorable Speaker, every part of this country should be connected to electricity. We are in the 21st century, Honorable Speaker. We should not be having problems of electricity connectivity in this nation, Honorable Speaker. And as we speak about maintenance, I also want to tell the chair that he should be very keen to ensure you don't, Honorable Speaker, risk the lives of Kenya Power employees. I found in my constituency, Honorable Speaker, some people removing the transformers at night for maintenance, and they were almost lynched. And Honorable Speaker, I wondered what kind of operation could Kenya Power be doing with transformers being removed at night. It is important as we look at how we are going to maintain electricity transformers.
Yes, what's your point of order, MP for Kisses?
Sasa wewe.
Mheshimiwa, you can sit down. Mheshimiwa, listening to my good friend Honorable Mugunji, and I love his debate, but is it in order for him to mislead the country, knowing that the company Kenya Power operates 24 hours, in fact, including having an emergency office that they can undertake an emergency responsibility or calls for that purpose to be treated like there should not be undertaking their duties at night. It is something that he should be, if he doesn't know, then be informed that that department or that company operates 24 hours.
What's your point of order? You are informing me and I have not requested for your information. Honorable Speaker.
You have not raised a matter that essentially is a point of order. The information you're raising, and in any case, he said, why would they be removing a transformer at night which is functioning?
Yes.
Is that what you said?
Yes, that's what I said, Honorable Speaker. And I was giving actually a case of in my constituency that has happened. And as I conclude, Honorable Speaker.
And the issue here is, which if I may get you right, is that there are functioning, what do you call, transformers that are being moved from place to place.
Exactly, Honorable Speaker.
Okay.
And I need a clarification from the chair. I saw him campaigning very seriously with 1.2 million in Olkalau and promising people electricity. And Honorable Speaker, I would wonder whether he will still continue and complete those projects now that they lost the election. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
We have to dispose of this and go to the substantive business. One last one. Daud, and then the chair response.
Nakushukuru Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, kwanza nimkosoe ndugu wangu Mkunji akiwa anasema kwamba kuna transformers zilitolewa Mbeere North hazikurudi. Anafaa tuambie kama hizo transformer alizikuta zina namba zilienda Kalou vile ametaja mwanzo. Kwanza hiyo ndio anafaa atuambie kwa ukweli, because shauri yeye hajui kama hizo transformers zimerudi na zilikuwa zimeenda kutengenezwa. Mheshimiwa Spika, kisha nimwambie mwenyekiti kwamba mimi nikiwa nimeingia hii bunge mwaka wa 2013 na hii nikiwa mara tatu, nikiwa vile niko rangi yangu vile iko, hata kama wengine wanasema nisichaguliwe, nishaweka ombi ya transformer 65 kutoka wakati ule. Nimepata 20 mpaka leo na bado haja yangu bado ni 65. So ningeomba mwenyekiti, siku moja tumuite waziri na katibu mkuu wa wizara wakuje hapa tufanye kamkunji, tujue ni nini inatukumba kwamba hatuwezi kupata hizo matransformers na pia watu wetu hawezi kupata nuru. Shauri tuko na shida, unajua wengi. Asante Bwana Speaker.
Last one, Kaluma, and then the chair now responds.
Honorable Speaker, this matter of faulty transformers is not a small issue. A big percentage of my transformers, and it's something I've always shared with the chair of the committee, are being vandalized. I hear they take oil, and I don't know, they use it to fry chips or what. No wonder we have these funny diseases like cancer on, the high rise. But Honorable Speaker, when you look at how they are being vandalized, I personally want to think and believe that KPLC officers themselves are doing that vandalism. There is no way, Honorable Speaker, you can go deep in the village and you get a transformer removed by those ordinary villagers. There is no way you can have, if you see how they cut the wires, I hear they are taking the copper wires for scrap metal and other uses. But the manner it is done and the timing confirm that it is people we employ under KPLC who are doing that thing. And I think we want to request the chair and the Ministry of Energy to check on their own officers. I have a case in Homa Bay Town, Honorable Speaker, where a KPLC vehicle itself is seen, on a transformer. After that, it disappears completely. In Homa Bay Town, I have transformers and electricity poles along very many schools. They have been lying down, risking the lives of students, pupils, people for years. And you send messages to the offices, they do nothing. You go between Olodo and Nyakaia, the poles have been lying on the road there for over 1 year. You go between La Ruga Road, the poles are lying there with the electricity lines. And we've had even cases where, Honorable Speaker, people who do not know what power is touch those wires, and we have deaths. I wanted to request the chair to investigate this matter, deeper, and while doing so, also ensure that there is equity in terms of electric power penetration in the country. Honorable Speaker, I lead a town constituency, Homa Bay Town, but I'm not even at 33%. Yet some regions are already at 100%, others are 80%, others are at 70%. There is need for equity, Honorable Speaker. There is need for equity. But this thing of transformers is making it impossible for our students to study, and it should be, looked into. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
I think I'll now ask the chair. if electricity is just another very emotive thing and every member wants to... Mutunga, and you, 1 minute. Order.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker,
Maybe it's about time that the government, the nation here licenses a number of electricity companies instead of just being shackled only with KPLC.
Thank you, Honorable
I mean, that happens in all the developing countries and developed countries. There has to be a competition in the energy sector. When you don't have a competition in the energy sector and you have to go to the same institution that you feel is not doing enough, then there's a problem. Anyway, continue. As a member of parliament for the DAP, I have the same frustrations that you have.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I look at electricity connection as a business because you connect people and they keep paying. Why we do not have connection going on faster than it is, I wonder. Yes, indeed, there is a cost of connection, but it is a progression of business, Honorable Speaker. Transfer of transformers, Honorable Speaker, from one locality to another should be curtailed completely. Because once a transformer lands in a locality, the community identifies with the transformer because power is transformer. Power connection is transformer. The community identifies with that transformer. Honorable Speaker, there are transformers that are serving very few people. I have 162 in my constituency that are serving almost nobody. Some are serving one person, others are serving two, others three. Those are under-serving. And all the projects that come for maximization avoid those transformers. The others which are located within 200 meters, less than 600 meters, Honorable Speaker, or 1 kilometer, 1.2 kilometers, there should be 1.2 kilometers between two transformers. That curtails connectivity. People from, the Kenya Power and Lighting Company should do a thorough analysis, assessment of what is happening on the ground, even before they bring in your connections, Honorable Speaker.
Yes,
Thank you.
the MP for... Proceed.
Thank you, Speaker, for giving me this opportunity at least to address this issue about what's happening with electricity connections in our areas. Speaker, I come from Central Imenti, and that place of Central Imenti, you can't imagine that is so much sandwiched between the very giant constituencies which have been having excessive electricity from time immemorial. Mine is connected at least 48%. Up to now, there are two divisions which have no electricity at all. Speaker, the most interesting thing is when I hear people addressing about transformers. Transformers in our place are vandalized now and then. And if we pursue, or like the other day when we caught up with the person who was vandalizing, we found that he was an employee of KPLC. So one wonders why they place them during the day and in the evening they come for them. When I hear that transformers were taken from Bere to Orkarao and then taken back or something like that, it's surprising because they are not transformers which are so much excessive in a way that they can be taken from one place to the other. It's just a propaganda. The point is that transformers are not available, and if they are available, no posts. If posts are available, no wires, no materials. So it's so much interesting. Can the government invest on this one? Because when it comes to electricity, it's life and death. Speaker, can the government look at this issue seriously? Because everyone wants connectivity, and right is a right, whereby it's provided in the Constitution that the government should provide basic necessities of life.
Fair enough. You've made your point. The one last one for the honorable member for Mandera East, just to have equity also on this.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I come from one of the most affected constituencies in the country, where over 6 months my constituency was in darkness. Unfortunately, KPLC, I doubt whether they have the capacity to handle this in the country. To replace just a transformer takes over months. Right now, we were in darkness just because of replacing generators. And again, in the last few days, there was a problem of fuel shortage. Fuel shortage, just because of fuel shortage, poor planning, the town was in darkness. And that is the headquarters of Mandera County. This is a problem. And I think we need to recommend as a house to make sure we have several other companies to be given licenses so that they can compete with KPLC. The other problem, Mr. Speaker, is that the companies that were given COSAP, the COSAP that were given recently, the ones that were given to REREC is already done. But those that were given to KPLC is yet to be, most of them is yet to be started. It's unfortunate. And I think we need to make sure that several other companies are licensed so that KPLC can see at least there is a competition in that field. Thank you very much.
Chair.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. And I want to appreciate the sentiments of all members who have contributed towards this. On a question that was asked by the Member of Parliament for Kuresoi South regarding transformers in the country. Honourable Speaker, I do appreciate the concern that is being raised by members. And as Honourable Mutunga has just indicated, Honourable Speaker, it is true. In this country, I think as a committee, we have put our foot on the ground and we have insisted on matters to do with equity, where other areas are electrified. We have put some more resources towards, a case in point, Honourable Speaker, is the last supplementary budget, where we gave the northeastern part of this country a staggering 1.2 billion shillings to be able to go towards the off-grid issues that affect that region. And as a committee, we are committed that the issues which have been raised here, and especially what Honourable Mutunga has indicated. Prior to this, you would find Gikaria, because I'm a chair and I have a farm someplace in Naivasha, I have a transformer serving myself only. And if you look at the returns out of that transformer, is basically it's not commercial. It has no commercial value. And I want to indicate what Honourable Mutunga has indicated. And we have actually told KPLC that they need to get value for each and every transformer through what we call maximization or the last mile connectivity, Honourable Speaker. And it is unfortunate that, yes, Kaluma has been indicating about his area, among others. I totally agree with all the members here, but also to dispute what Honourable Mukunji was saying. Honourable Speaker, in what he was indicating that some transformers were removed from the area to, it is not true. And as Honourable Ruto indicated, Kenya Power is a 24-hour company that runs. It has, if they have an emergency section department that if you make a phone call, they are always there to be able to. So you will find people at night trying to address an issue of a blackout or something and not necessarily removing of transformers. If it's about removing of transformers, that is another case. But you will find KPLC employees working. Lastly, Honourable Speaker, on matters to do with vandalism, Honourable Speaker, KPLC has adopted a procurement procedure where they have contractors for different regions. And what they have done to address vandalism is that those pre-qualified contractors of, say, North Rift, they are known. And each and every transformer that is vandalized, they are responsible. They will, because they are the ones who are within that area and their workers. So again, is it the Kenya Power employees who are doing vandalism? No, Honourable Speaker, because we have those contracted, pre-qualified, so that they can be able. And lastly, Honourable Speaker.
Point of order. Yeah, what's your point of order?
My point of order is that the chair for Energy Committee is speaking as if he's the Cabinet Secretary or the Managing Director for Kenya Power. I think, Honourable Speaker, the members have raised very pertinent questions. It is only in order that you order that the minister appears before this house so that the chair can stop from talking as if he is the minister, as if he is the managing director of Kenya Power. That is what we should do so that we can make progress on this matter so that Kenyans can have power. And the issues of transformer vandalism can be addressed. We go wrong when the chair of this house begin to speak as if they are cabinet secretaries. When they talk, nothing is implemented, we don't make progress, so the chair should just sit down so that you order that the minister appears before this house so that the issues that members are raising are addressed conclusively.
Unfortunately, Honorable Baraza. Honorable Baraza, I'm responding to a point of order. Honorable Baraza, it is a system that we have in our constitution. This is not the parliamentary system where ministers used to be members of parliament and would be responsible on the floor of the House and give undertaking that essentially binds the executive. But right now we have a system, a kind of a hybrid system, and that hybrid system gives that responsibility to chairs of committees. But nonetheless, you're also on a point of order, Karemba.
Honorable Speaker, I agree with your guidance.
Order, yes.
I fully agree with your guidance, but Honorable Speaker, I would also like to caution the chair. Without providing proof and evidence, he cannot dismiss members' sentiments. I think the best response from the chair would have been that we are going to investigate, especially on matters to do with Kenya Power employees taking transformers at night that are working. Honorable Speaker, thank you.
What's your point of order, Honorable Bokose?
Honorable Speaker, you know my friend, the Honorable Didmus Barasa, who is also the incoming governor for Bungoma. Although my sister's son, the Honorable Major Waluke, does not agree, he's also the vice chair of the transport section. So he understands the response that is being given by the chair. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I think what Honorable Barasa is saying is this. This house has become a house of lamentations. We need to see action. Chair, you know my case, and I've explained it to you. Can you please take action? Let's stop talking. We talk too much. Can we see action? Then we'll appreciate you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
How does he give action? A chair here cannot direct. Order. A chair, you need to understand the philosophy or the construct of our constitution and the way our system works now. And those are the kinds of things that at a very high intellectual level we need to get together and see whether the kind of system we have on the 2010 constitution, is it working for us? Because a minister has the authority. He has the power or she has the power, but she has not the accountability to Parliament. Accountability falls on a chair who does not have requisite powers also to direct the minister or to direct people in the government parastatals. I don't know if the chairs expressing the frustrations that I think you all have. Yes, Honorable Dr. Professor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You know, when a chair presents a question from a member and presents it to the floor, he must have interrogated that question. He must have been satisfied with the response he received. If he himself is not convinced, but is just coming to regurgitate the question that is given without any reasonable consideration, then he lands in trouble and puts the ministry in bad shape. So the most important thing, it's good that he's bringing the answers from the ministry. But is he himself personally satisfied with the answers that was given to him? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Regardless of that, you have indicated it very well. The chairs are mere conveyor belts here. You can make a case for yourself and tell us how effective you can be.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Maybe just to answer my colleague, is that not only am I satisfied as the chair and the committee, the questioner himself, the Member of Parliament for Kurisoi South, who said in his own words that he is satisfied with the response that was given. Second, Honorable Speaker, is also for us to appreciate that the budget for the Energy Committee, particularly related to electricity, Honorable Speaker, has been going down over the years. For the last, I was the chair for 2 years in 2017, I'm the chair now for the last 2 years again in this session. Honorable Speaker, our budgets have been going, including, and members, you need to help us. I rose on the floor of this House just the other day when we were passing the 2026-2027 budget. Honorable Speaker, our budget was reduced by a staggering 68 billion. And when I tried to push, and Honorable Pukose is a witness, and I want to thank Honorable Pukose, being the vice chair of the budget, they were able in their wisdom to increase, to give us back 12 billion shillings to be able to address some of these things. So we lost 68. In their wisdom, they gave us back 12 billion. And I want to thank Honorable Pukose and your team.
So there's a shortfall of 60 or 50 what? 50, 56?
I think 56 billion. Yes. Honorable, and it has been going down. We have, I think, only 28 billion now. And that will not only to cater for what we are talking about, transformers, but also because also, and I also want to appreciate that this House in their own wisdom did pass a fund called National Infrastructure Fund. Honorable Speaker, the members, I will ask them to just relax. The amount of money that is going to be sent now to KPLC, what we have agreed now is that now, since KPLC has been taken over by under the National, the Government-Owned Enterprises Act, which is mentioned KPLC, has since moved to the National Infrastructure Fund, you will be able to see a lot of activities now coming out of that to be able to address that. For the social aspect, particularly for the public facility, that has been left now with REREC. And REREC has almost all the amounts that we passed has 80% has gone to REREC to try and do maximization and try and do the last mile. I want to plead with the honorable members to be patient a little bit, that KPLC now has been given the commercial aspect of that, and I want to believe that they are going, because of that commercial aspect, they are going to improve on their how they work, and then we can leave REREC to be able to address some of these issues that are being raised here. Honorable Speaker, lastly, is also to tell Honorable Mukunji that the government has its own system of working. It so happened that there was a campaign in Kalou, and the progress, because progress of doing electrification, it's a process. It is not an event. It had started just like it is happening in your constituency, just the same way it's also happening in my constituency and other constituencies. Honorable Speaker, I beg to, and lastly, I also want to agree with what Honorable Didmas is saying, Honorable Speaker.
What's your point of order? What's out of order? What's out of order, Honorable Kimilu?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, is the honorable member in order to keep on explaining us when there is a by-election somewhere, is when there is a progress of our work, and Kenyans are here crying for electricity. We are being mismanagement of resources, because you don't do projects at the time there is an election. You need to do development all the time, not when there is an election, Mr. Speaker, by election, Mr. Speaker.
I don't see what was out of order, but proceed.
Kate, I was, before I respond, I was saying what Honorable Didmas, I totally agree.
Karemba, I think you've had enough time to interrogate this thing. Allow the chair to continue and conclude.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I was saying what Didmas was saying. Honorable Speaker, it is important, as Didmas has said, and maybe you can give directive that the Cabinet Secretary, one should appear here so that he can be able to. And lastly, Honorable Speaker, just the very last comment that was given by my colleague. Honorable Speaker, the Member of Parliament should know, in this administration, we have moved from 8 million connections to a staggering 14.8, that is 14,800,000 new connect, with a new connection of almost 6,800. Of only just 2 years, with so many problems that also they have been bringing. And lastly, and they should know
They are the ones who are objecting to the National Infrastructure Fund, a fund that is going to transform this. When we tell them we are moving from third world to a first world, actually, Honorable Speaker, given another opportunity, the president will be able to deliver this country to a first world if he's given a second term, Honorable Speaker. Thank you, sir.
Next order. I don't know why schools have chosen today to be the day to. Yes. Hang on. Yeah, next order.
Order number 8, the Treaty Making and Ratification Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 5 of 2024, first reading. A bill for an act of parliament to amend the Treaty Making and Ratification Act. Order number 8, the Constitution of Kenya Amendment number 2 Bill, National Assembly Bill number 29 of 2025, first reading. A bill for an act of parliament to amend the Constitution of Kenya. Order number 10, the National Transport and Safety Authority Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 36 of 2023, second reading.
Yeah, has it been moved? Okay, you move it. Okay, proceed. But before you start moving, let me just recognize the schools that are here. Honorable members, I also want to recognize, we've had too many schools today. I also want to, many schools actually, not two. I want to recognize the presence in the speakers gallery of students from St. Mathias Kapkwang Junior School, Nandi Hills constituency, Nandi. Students also from Thika Road Christian School, Kasarani, Nairobi. Students from Gitiri School, Kiharu, Muranga. Students from, and these ones are in the public gallery. Students from Matimbei Junior and Primary School, Lari, Kiambu. ICS College, Starehe, Nairobi. PCA Ngemwa Secondary School, Githunguri, Kiambu. And finally, in Duluni C School, Mwala, Machakos. These are 7 schools. Let's take as little time as possible. Any member who wants to give them a word of encouragement? Members, give these youngsters who are the future leaders of this country and the future of the country itself words of wisdom and encouragement. MP for Keses, proceed.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to welcome our students, our learners from the entire Republic of Kenya who have found an opportunity to visit the National Assembly of Kenya so that they can witness the house where the bills, where the laws are made, where the policies are prosecuted for the purpose of proper governance of our country. And I want to take this opportunity that leadership is not bound as at this time and moment, but it's something that is raised and grown from where they are. And I want to encourage them as they pursue their studies, let them be objective, let them be focused, because even where we are today is a place for them tomorrow. Only that they have to stick to their career and develop their studies well, because where they are going tomorrow, the keys as within their hands as at the moment. So we want to encourage you. Lastly, is that to speak to them to uphold character and discipline. Without character and discipline, future is very pessimist for them. We witness of late banning of schools and unrest, and we want to encourage them that that is not the route to go. The best route to go is to uphold discipline, order, and pursue what you are undertaking and why you are there. Take that time and maximize that time. The future is good. The future is better for all of you as long as you take it right. Thank you so much.
And on behalf of the female members of parliament and the female student or the female students, Honorable Umul Khair. Yes, you want to give words of encouragement? No, just 1 second, word of encouragement, and you'll go ahead. You'll go ahead. You have the floor. Just relax. Umul Khair, can you encourage the students who are up there? students who have come to visit Parliament.
Thank
They're
you.
up
Thank
here
you.
in
Thank
the
you.
public and the Speaker's gallery.
Thank you, Speaker. I want to take this opportunity to welcome the students on behalf of the House and the honorable members. And I want to encourage you to continue keeping up the effort, and we are very proud of you. And we might be the leaders of today, but you are the future leaders that we need in this House. And just to mention that I was also sitting in that same gallery some 4 years ago during the budget reading session without thinking that I would one day serve in this House. So this might be you in future. Karibuni sana and congratulations.
Baraza, proceed and move your motion.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I rise to move the National Transport and Safety Authority Amendment Bill, number 36 of 2023.
It's a bill, yeah.
For second reading. And I want to say this, Honorable Speaker, that the objective of this bill is to give NTSA powers to regulate the fares that Kenyans pay when they're using public transport. I want to give the background, Honorable Speaker. The role of a National Assembly is to identify problems bedeviling Kenyans and come up with a law that will lessen those problems or eliminate those problems. A problem exists that this country, the PSV vehicles will charge the amount of money that they want because they are not regulated. Let me begin by looking at some countries globally that regulate public transport. A country like Fiji, public transport is regulated and controlled by Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission. They set the fares that people from Fiji pay when they are using public transport. In France, the local government authorities take most of the decisions in fixing the amount of money that French people pay when they're using public transport. In Germany, Honorable Speaker, the national low fare policy of €9 per ticket was approved by the Parliament of Germany to ensure that the people of Germany don't pay more than what the government has approved, Honorable Speaker. Regionally, in East Africa, Tanzania has a law that caps how much money the passengers pay when they're using public transport, Honorable Speaker. Rwanda does the same. Ghana, Ivory Coast, Senegal, and Cameroon. They all regulate the amount of money that their people pay in form of fare, Honorable Speaker. Even Zambia and Nigeria, while Zambia and Nigeria did not have a law that the government regulates them, but various associations comes up with the fares and the government ratifies. It's only Kenya and Uganda where public transport is not regulated, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, we cannot continue encouraging a banana republic in the transport sector where the transport from point A to point B is not predictable, Honorable Speaker. That the amount of money that the Kenyans pay when they are moving from one area to the other is dictated by changing weather patterns. It is dictated by the amount of people that are available to be ferried from one corner to the other, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I know some people will say that we live in a country with a free market economy. But there must be a balance between the profit that the matatu operators will make and the public interest, Honorable Speaker. We cannot continue operating in a country where when a Kenyan goes to a stage to board a matatu, there is a board of fare of 300. But when the clouds begin to gather, the board of 300 is removed. Another one of 500 is affixed, Honorable Speaker. We cannot leave Kenyans in the hands of cartels who decides that they're going to make these short-term profits by taking advantage of the situation, Honorable Speaker. Even at times during Christmas, people who travel from Nairobi to Western Kenya, who travel from Nairobi to Nyanza County, Honorable Speaker, they are even at times forced to pay more than when it is to pay for a flight ticket. Mr. Speaker, this must be controlled. Asking that we approve these amendments so that the NTSA can validate and approve fares that the matatu operators will charge is not asking for too much, Honorable Speaker. We control the price of cane. The government gazettes the prices of cane across this country. We control the price of fuel. We control the price of very many things because we want to protect Kenyans from being swindled by cartels within the matatu sector, Honorable Speaker. Even the matatu operators themselves, the owners of those matatus, many times they don't get that money that the conductors are charging exorbitantly, but they will put the money in their pocket, Honorable Speaker. So this law will bring a balance between the operator costs and the public interest, Honorable Speaker. This law will bring order and stop cartels within our transport sector. This law will ensure that the fares that Kenyans are budgeting for is predictable. When Kenyans earn a salary, they budget this amount of money. How much they will spend it on rent, how much they will spend it on transport. A Kenyan who left his or her house in the morning paying 100 shillings should be able to know that he or she will use the same amount of money in the evening to go home. But we cannot continue subjecting them to unpredictability, where you have 100 shillings, you have 200 shillings, it appears like it's going to rain in the evening, then you are told fare to take you back home is 500 shillings. We must control. Every sector must be controlled. While we appreciate that the matatu sector is a subsector like any other subsectors, and that they need to make profit, but they should know that in any business, you can either break even, you can make a loss, you can be making profit as to when you require. So we must control and regulate the amount of money that Kenyans pay in the name of fares, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this law will stop this mentality of short-term super profits, where you know that you have a few things to run in your house, and you are a matatu operator, you are a conductor, you take advantage of clouds gathering, then you increase the fare because you want to solve all the problems in your house by charging exorbitantly of the people that are giving you business. Number two, when we give NTSA the mandate to control these fares, then Kenyans will have a place to go and complain when they are being charged exorbitantly. As we speak today, a matatu operator will charge the amount of money he or she wants. The pedestrians, the passengers have nowhere to complain. Mheshimiwa, Mr. Speaker, we as a house, we must save Kenyans from the endless suffering where they pay exorbitant fares from one corner to the other, while we know that businesses should be left to operate freely, but there must be some laws of some sort to ensure that they don't take advantage of the Kenyan people to charge fees exorbitant. So, with these very many remarks, Honorable Speaker, and before I ask Honorable Ruto to second, I want to make it clear here that I have a report that the Committee of Transport and Infrastructure deliberated upon. And I read that committee, they said that they are rejecting this bill in its entirety. But I think from where I sit, the role of a departmental committee insofar as the members' bills is concerned is to check two things. Number one, whether it's money bill or not money bill. If it is a money bill, they will refer it to the relevant committee. Number two is to check whether the bill is constitutional or unconstitutional. If the bill is constitutional, then it should pass to the second level. If you are a chair of a committee, or a vice chair of a committee like myself, or a member of a committee, you have a responsibility to debate a member's bill when it is brought to the floor of the House here, but they have no role to reject a proposal by a honorable member. A proposal which is constitutional, which doesn't conflict any other existing law, which is not a money bill, it should be left to Kenyans, through their elected representatives, to make a decision. So I move and rally members of this House to support this bill, and I ask the honorable member for Keses to second. Thank you.
The Honorable Julius Ruto.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. I rise to support this motion. And Mr. Speaker, why I rise to support, is for critical purpose, that transport is the critical enabler of economic growth. While we were learning in school, we were taught about transport and communication, and that business and mobility of people causes changes or triggers the economic development. Mr. Speaker, most people who tend to be affected by price changes on transportation are the vulnerable level of society, the people who are earning lower, because most of the people probably are this cadre of people, most of them have been enabled to acquire their own motor vehicles, and sometimes they may not feel these changes. But those people who are earning below like 50,000 or what we call below $1 a day, go through a lot. And if you want to see this, you can walk in the evening along critical roads like Langata Road, you can go along Jogo Road, and you can witness how Kenyans are working tirelessly, even at night. Some of them have been subjected to marking on the road just because they have no mechanism of reaching home. Reason why they cannot predict from the little earnings they have, they cannot budget for them to plan to go to work, make something for their family, make something for their earnings, for the purpose of meeting their consumption needs, basic needs, and at the same time, balance their mobility to and from work. And I think it is the duty of this honorable House, and as read by the mover of the motion, this is not the first thing we are talking about. Remember, we are dealing with issues of public interest in nature. This is for the purpose of public interest, where we are saying, can we have an organized market where members of public can stand to benefit? As we look at the fuel sector, it had to go to a level of establishing an entity called IPRA, that at the moment are the one who are giving Kenyans information for them to plan, knowing that in this preceding the forthcoming 30 days, the fuel price will oscillate around this area. And for that purpose, you're able to plan. So what we are saying, what evil do we have if we sit down and say, we don't want to control this sector. We don't want to limit the challenges that this sector are going. We want to allow a market that it can absorb the challenges that they are going through. On the other side, as the government seeks to intervene on the problems like motorable roads, like ring roads, especially in Nairobi now, where there are many roads that have been opened up to lower traffic, because that has been the biggest challenge transporters have been going through. Traffic stalling on the road for a long time, using a lot of fuel. Well, the government has seen to invest enough to create intervention and progressively trying to address these issues. How shall we transit this investment into a benefit of common mwananchi? And that is why I'm saying it is high time we begin to discuss around this area. Because as I've said again, it is a matter of public interest. We are looking at that common mwananchi who want to survive, who want to generate, who want to live, who want to address the basic needs. And it's not only on transport. We also need to graduate from here to look at other household commodities that are very basic in nature, so that we can create an environment, a market that is not limited, it is not controlled for investors, but at the same time, we have an optimum level. We have a balancing of a consumer and a balancing of a business person, so that the two of them can traverse. Let us have a space that this business or investor can have his own margin, can be able to predict his own investment and return on investment, but at the same time, let us not exploit the consumer at the apex of changes. Like, for example, as I wind up, Mr. Speaker, we've seen the other day we had a problem with our fuel. Prices shot. Government intervened. It lowered some prices. It is unfortunate that we never saw that lowering of that little price on fuel transiting to a benefit to the consumer. Those are the issues that I'm saying we need to grapple around it. We need to think around it. We need to shape through this house so that we follow the other countries that have gone ahead of us and ensure we have a balanced economy that enables every Kenyan to enjoy. So with that much I have said, Mr. Speaker, I beg to second this motion. Thank you. Sorry, Mr. Speaker, I'm guided well. I beg to second the bill. Thank you.
Honorable members, this is a very short bill. Allow me to propose the question that the National Transport and Safety Authority Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 36 of 2023 be now read a second time. The Honorable Mutunga will be followed by the Honorable Jack Wamboka.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity to support this particular amendment of the National Transport and Safety Authority Amendment Bill. Honorable Speaker, this bill brings in very fundamental changes, though very few, which are missing in the Principal Act. Honorable Speaker, we all are aware the causes of changes in fares in this country. And I'm sure most of the members seated here, and almost all of us, can attest to the fact that whenever these causes, for instance, cost of fuel, if the cost of fuel increases, then fares change positively, or they increase. But, Honorable Speaker, we have witnessed cases where the cost of fuel goes down thereafter. But we've never had any instance where the fares go down. That is because the industry is left to regulate itself. And the self-regulation, Honorable Speaker, is sometimes not the best. So, the Honorable Member the Didmas Barasa, has brought in these amendments to basically try and contain these unregulated changes. It brings in the mechanisms to determine fares. There must be a way of determining fare, especially per distance, or probably depending on the areas that are served, if there are areas that suffer a lot of traffic jam. Honorable Speaker, mechanism for determination is key because we cannot allow the industry to just be changing fares the way they feel. The other issue that is important in this particular bill, Honorable Speaker, it is also bringing in a mechanism for reviewing the fares, especially after the circumstances have changed. If we do not have a mechanism for reviewing, we leave the industry to review its own self, and the changes are always punitive. Our people have always suffered whenever there are changes in fares. Sometimes they do not even know what to expect. And these changes are not in any way moderated, so they can be quite high sometimes. Honorable Speaker, these particular changes, these particular amendments, also brings in sanity in the issue of the logic of fixing the fares. What are the determinants in deciding how much fare should be changed? It also brings in the matrix of enabling the fares, the fares to be moderated. Or rather, the matrix that enables predictability. Predictability is key for planning. Predictability is key for people when they need to use their money. Everybody who uses public transport in this country must be, first of all, think through and decide how much I'm going to use to reach a point A and point B and back. Without such a mechanism, it is not possible. But Honorable Speaker, when it comes to investment in the transport industry, there is also no regulation. Anybody can enter into the transport industry as long as you pay the due licenses and as long as your vehicle is roadworthy. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, we have large and small and extremely small transport systems in this country. We also need to be looking at what do the others do? What have the others done across the world? Wherever you go outside this country, especially in Europe and America, you'll find that fares are much cheaper than here. The reason being that they are regulated. And the reason also being that those who want to travel in comfort need to pay more because they can afford. Those who want to travel in public, also still in comfort, they are larger, more amenable, transport systems that are available for people to use. So, Honourable Speaker, this, let alone kind of disregard that has been given to this particular industry, has led to investment in very small transport systems. And the small transport systems, Honourable Speaker, are always very, very expensive. That is why the bill proposes that we should have a regulatory mechanism. It does not bring in added cost. It recognizes NTSA as one of the organizations that can do this regulation. And I believe NTSA has the capacity, and NTSA is good enough to do this particular kind of regulation. Honourable Speaker, there is this paradox on the control of fares, especially when fuel goes down. Whenever fuel goes up, fares increase. But when fuel goes down, fares remain the same. So we need a regulatory mechanism. Honourable Speaker, such regulation will trigger some changes in the industry. If fares are regulated, then we are likely to see a situation where we are going towards cheaper. And the bigger it is, the cheaper it is. And we are not saying that Kenya should not invest. There's no need of investing in 15 matatus, 15 small, carriers like pro boxes. It is possible to probably invest in one bus instead of investing in 15 of those, or 2 buses, for instance. We need to move into that direction. Because sometimes these issues come up and they bring in a lot of heat in the industry. And we have a lot of strike. I remember one time Kenyans worked for about 2 weeks, and they said we are working so that we can bring sanity into this industry. At that time, there was some kind of regulation, and the fares went down. For us to have a sustainable mechanism of reducing the fares or managing the fares in this country, we need a law. And these amendments, therefore, are in good faith, and that is why, Honourable Speaker, I support the amendments by the Honourable Didmas Barasa. Thank you very much.
The Honourable Jack Wamboka.
Whereas, Honourable Speaker, I want to support this bill. It requires Honourable Didmas Barasa to do a lot of consultations widely, because I believe it involves very many stakeholders, not only the matatus. We will have the buses, and most importantly, Honourable Speaker, we will have boda-bodas, those motor bicycles. So I think he needs to go back to the drawing board. We support the idea, but it's a broader stakeholder engagement that is needed for this. Honourable Speaker, any government has a moral responsibility of regulating essential goods and services so that they cushion their citizenry, Honourable Speaker. But that comes with a responsibility, Honourable Speaker. My friends are talking about Europe, where fares are cheaper and they're regulated. But in Europe, we have responsible governments. Governments that have ensured that our people have proper roads. Government that have ensured that their people have proper security, Honourable Speaker. I really do not understand how you are going to regulate a boda-boda carrying a passenger from Mianga Market to Bumula Market in my constituency, where the government has neglected that road for the past 20 years, Honourable Speaker. The government now loses moral authority. And that is why we are speaking to the government. That yes, if you want to be a prefect of all these things that you are discussing, please be responsible. Be a responsible government. Ensure that the people that you want to regulate have proper health care. Ensure that they have proper roads. Ensure that they have proper security, Honourable Speaker. The people you want to, the government that wants to regulate this transport sector, Honourable Speaker, the users of these services, Honorable Speaker, live in perpetual fear. They are attacked every other day, Honorable Speaker. The operators of matatus, we've seen gangs have taken over towns, major towns of this country, to an extent that the operators of this service, Honorable Speaker, they need to organize a private security. Yeah, we have seen this government encourage, they are using gangs, Honorable Speaker, to continue to administer their things, Honorable Speaker. It becomes very difficult that a country that cannot ensure that its people are secure, including operators, cannot then purport to be the prefect of these things, Honorable Speaker. Yeah, we have seen gangs take over this country. We have seen gangs take over private meetings, public meetings, Honorable Speaker. People who want to attend rallies to listen to their leaders, they cannot get there because of goons hired by the government. How can the same government come and regulate this thing, Honorable Speaker? Private operators will need to hire to organize their private security. And that must speak to the increase of the fare, Honorable Speaker. So must the government start respecting itself? Yeah. So if you want to be respected, and my senior brothers here, like Honorable Chairman of Agriculture, you know, I pity where you're speaking from, because you know the realities on the ground, that this government is not doing anything. This government is not building roads. This government has not ensured that Kenya is secure, that the people that you want to transport from point A to B are not secure, Honorable Speaker. Teachers are not secure.
Out of order,
Teachers to go to school cannot be secure, Honorable Speaker. They are not secure because government has goons. Doctors.
Honorable Jacob Mboka. The Honorable Mutunga is on a point of order.
Honorable Speaker, I stand on a point of order. Is the member in order to purport that we are discussing insecurity or security of this country this time? The bill is on public transport regulation. It should clearly relate to the two issues. There is nothing to do in security. Honorable Speaker, and he has made specific reference. He should have listened to my contributions. And if he did listen, they are available in the answer. Honorable Speaker, I was very clear on my points.
Honorable Speaker, I have a lot of... Of tremendous respect.
Order, Honorable Jack Wamboka. Honorable Jack Wamboka, speak to the rules regarding relevance, but proceed.
Honorable Speaker, I have tremendous respect to my brother, Mutunga, but you cannot talk about transport minus security. The people you want to transport from point A to B, they need to be secure, Honorable Speaker. Because if there's no security, Honorable Speaker, it will need that they organize their own private security. And that is why we are saying we have lost this country to goons and gangs, Honorable Speaker. That must be restored. Security must be restored so that the transport sector is regulated. You can't speak to that. Doctors need to go to hospitals in a safe manner, Honorable Speaker. Children need to go to school, Honorable Speaker, in a safe way. Fares are going up because the operators will have to go an extra mile to organize their own security, Honorable Speaker. This is what we are saying. The government has not made roads. You like it or not, the fares will go up. Well, then let me teach you, you relax. Fares will go up whether you like it or not, because roads are bad. Cost of maintaining motor vehicles, buses, borders is going up. This government told us there is a bottom-up government, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Beatrice Elachi is on a point of order.
Honorable Speaker, you'll add me some time because they are disturbing.
Mr. Speaker, is my colleague in order to tell Kenyans here on the floor of the House that whether they care or they don't care, and yet we are amending laws here, that their fares will go up. Our communities now must know we have no power. Fares will just go up. Is it in order to tell Kenyans that? Are you saying that these operators are more powerful than the clients they carry? No, it cannot be.
Speaker, you'll add me 2 minutes, but you can see these are just distractions. I'm building context. in this manner, Honorable Speaker, that if roads are bad, cost of maintenance on pikipikis and matatus and buses will go up. That has to be taken care by someone. If security is bad, it will force the operators to organize themselves to hire private security, which will bring the fare up. I don't know what bit doesn't Madam Elachi understand. We are dealing with a government that says they will bottom up every sector. And we are talking about transport sector. The biggest contributors of this sector are bodabodas. Are bodabodas happy? No, they are not. Are mamambogas happy? No, they are not. That they need to take the fresh produce from their farms to the markets to use transport which has escalated because of these things. They are not. Honorable Speaker, this government lied to our people. This government, at the right time, they must go. Thank you.
The Honorable Beatrice Elachi will now make her contributions.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to support this bill, this amendment bill on the national transport and safety. And Mr. Speaker, this is the only opportunity we have to really speak on this transport sector and ask ourselves as leaders, without bringing in the politics and everything that and the theatrics we have, and see how we can assist Kenyans. Because we allowed ourselves as a country, Mr. Speaker, that our transport sector is more private. In many countries, the transport sector is managed by governments. But at the same time, I want to appreciate the Matatu Association because they work closely with government to ensure that whatever law or regulations we put in, Mr. Speaker, is adhered to. And Mr. Speaker, when you look at our transport sector in Kenya, and I want to plead to the Matatu Association, that you can sit and come as the association, Mr. Speaker, especially in Nairobi. You are able to negotiate with government, partner with government, and do for us trumps. And still, you will manage it, but manage it in a better way, just the same way the expressway is being managed privately. And that is what we need to help the Matatu Association to understand. We are moving in a world where you must now come out of these small matatus and reorganize the sector better, allow the sector and NTSA to even have a free toll where I can complain when there is an issue, allow the sector to respect that even in adjusting that fare, you can put your fares, display your fares, those consumers to know that today when I'm walking at this Matatu stage, my fares are at this level. Display them. That's what Kenyans will want to see. Mr. Speaker, Kenyans will want to see when there is a temporary increase, there is a reason for it. They will appreciate that and tell them that temporarily increase you have put. But the moment the fuel goes down, then you must adhere again to the rule. But you cannot just leave it at that. And I think this is what this bill is trying now to ensure we have regulations that we can respect. Mr. Speaker, it is important for the Matatu Association to communicate to the public in advance. And they have to also give dignity to the passengers they carry. You remember, Mr. Speaker, when Mishuki brought in the rules of seatbelt. Today I can tell you in all our matatus in Nairobi, people are now standing again. They are so squeezed. But I hope the fares then are also affordable to the people. But you can't tell me you'll charge the same fare and people are standing. Even the border. You hear our colleagues, all of us here, we are speaking about goons. I don't know, who are goons? When you are running with them all over, when do they become goons? And when do they become, you are the one who is calling them, that tomorrow I'll have a rally, I need you. Let us stop it in this house. Let us be honest to ourselves. We have used our young people. We are the ones who use them. All of us, no politician here will tell me you have a goon. You have a young person you called in your boma when you are starting your rally. They are now, after they have done bad things, they become goons. No, 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 no. Let us agree it is wrong what we have done, and we must sort out that problem. That when you call young people to be with you in your rally, give them the rules and regulations on how you'll want to see that rally. But not to come here and say we have which goon. Kwani it has become an alien coming from the sky, dropping into your rally. No. But because they are doing wrong things is when we run away from it, yet we encourage it. So let us stop us. Any politician in Kenya, any, even the ones who are coming, you'll find young people in your home, even those you don't know, but they join you. That's how they come in. And it is something we've had for many years, Mr. Speaker. So let us not try and run on that. The crew of the matatu should also be very disciplined on how they handle customers. We must agree that when they have done wrong, they must attract disciplinary. You remember on Thika Road, that when you don't have fare, you are thrown from this matri that is roaming, and you are just gone and buried. We cannot allow that. Those are some of the things we are saying. Such a bill must come and address. And NTSA, even this one of my border people, you cannot allow even just on the road right now. So the border will be on the wrong side, going on the wrong side. The police is there, everyone is there, it is okay. It is not okay. We have to bring order, Mr. Speaker. Whether you people fear they are voters, they are our sons and daughters, they are also dying. So let us give them regulations that will help them. That does not mean I have stopped you to be in that transport sector. But let us have associations for our border people, the same way we are regulating all this, the same way. And let them understand when the lights are red. And for those who are doing the lights, because Kenyans, we like the law so much. So you put in a red tricycle of a piki that will show, red shows even the border has to stop. Because Mr. Speaker, is like them, they assume the red is for other people, but for them it is to proceed. So put in that, because it's like a country we have appreciated litigation works better than any other thing, which is sad, because some of these things are just values. We have to have values to appreciate our country. We must have values to respect order. And why these other countries work better, why Rwanda is working better, is because of order, Mr. Speaker. And then it instills in the person that there is order. That when the lights are green, I move. I do not undertake you or overtake you from the left, from the right, until you have no idea. When you go to driving school, we know what you are told when you are overtaking. So, Mr. Speaker, this bill here is a bill that comes now to treat passengers regardless of their age, their gender, their disability, in the right way. That we have to plead as a country, and I know the Matatu Association, they will fear if government takes over. So the best is to work together with them and tell them, we want to move to this level. Are you able to come together as associations, contribute money, and we give you the partnership so that they run the system the way it is run in London and in any other. It cannot be, Mr. Speaker, in London, the person who runs the transport system is a Kenyan, has organized the whole of London, and yet from his own home country, the transport system does not work. And when you touch it, it's like a live bomb, Mr. Speaker. Everyone, like now with the politics we have, it'll awaken, oh, now you want to start discriminating us. Or no, that's why I'm saying we work together as one. We appreciate both sides, the work they have done. And if there's anything, we have to do it together. And so, Mr. Speaker, this bill, let us support it, not because of Didymus, not because of many other things. Let us not run away also because, oh, it is touching politics. No. Let us reorganize our transport system, not for us, for generations to come, for our children who are up here, who are listening to us. They will want to see a better system. I know they find themselves struggling, especially when the matatus are coming. Sometimes they will leave them because they are children. We have to put order. With those few remarks, I beg to support.
Thank you, Honorable Beatrice Elachi. Honorable members, let me recognize and welcome all institutions and students visiting the National Assembly to observe the proceedings. In the Speaker's Gallery is St. Teresa Primary School from Nyeri Town constituency, from the great Nyeri County. Honorable members, they are led to the house by Sister Washira. Welcome to Parliament and be the great people you are. If I were to reiterate what the substantive speaker always says to all students, it is that the future of every nation sits in their classrooms, sits in the lecture halls. So you're the future, you're welcome to this House of Parliament where we make laws. Welcome. The Honorable Waluke is now recognized to make his contributions.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me a chance also to contribute on this very important bill. Honorable Speaker, I'm supporting this bill because this country, Honorable Speaker, sometimes is messed by us politicians. Mr. Speaker, transport is very important tool in this country, Honorable Speaker. If we all agree together as politicians of this country, work together in harmony, Mr. Speaker, this country is on the right course. Mr. Speaker, I was in Singapore the other day, last month. I was there for 2 months. We went for benchmarking. And Honorable Speaker, the Singapore country, Mr. Speaker, I was there with this madam, honorable member. Honorable Speaker, the infrastructure of the Singapore as a country, Honorable Speaker, is amazing. The roads, the transport sector, Honorable Speaker, and it is controlled, all controlled by the government of Singapore. There is no matatus that can go on their own. This country, Honorable Speaker, we need the president, our president, who has a vision for this country, Honorable Speaker, need to bring the SGR in every cities, the 4 cities that we have in this country, Honorable Speaker. Our people need to use SGR for ease transport, for ease communication. Mr. Speaker, when you want to move from point one to another, you just pay and the ticket will come, show the distance that you are going, and it is very easy. Mr. Speaker, there is no mandamano in that country, Mr. Speaker, because the country rules is followed by every Singapore. There are only 6.3 million people, Mr. Speaker, and their budget is 13.6 trillion in Singapore, Mr. Speaker. And the country has developed. So the president, I think, he thought wisely to see that Kenya should go the Singapore way. And if we all support the president, I think he has a vision and a mission and a direction to move Kenya to the Singapore way, and there will be no problem to any Kenyan, Mr. Speaker, if we go that way. Transport is the most problematic in this country, Mr. Speaker, because the matatu owners don't even benefit much. The people who benefit in matatus are those doubts, are the ones who benefit more than the owner of the matatus. So the government should come up with a way to see that it has a hand, like what Titmas has brought in this bill, Mr. Speaker. We support it. Point of order, Yanini. Yeah. Mr. Speaker, the country cannot go the way people do like this, Kina Mukunji want, even when somebody's, a colleague is speaking, they just want always to disturb. That is not the way this country, and I've said it, that the country must have respect. Even this house must have respect, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Mukunji.
Thank you, Honorable.
Honorable Mukunji. It is disorderly to constantly and persistently raise a point of order under the standing orders when the Speaker does not recognize you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yeah, so Honorable Waluke will be heard in silence.
Yes.
And Honorable Mukunji, there is a way we stand on a point of order.
He has been misbehaving,
no, you
Speaker,
know the system
the
here.
time.
I'm not recognized to you because I'm not seeing any intervention from you here.
Yes. So, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable John Waluke, proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for protecting me. As I've said, Honorable Speaker, that we need our country to be respected. Whether you are in opposition or you are in government, the government is government and this country is ours. And we need to respect our country. We need to respect the leadership, even if you are in opposition. And this is why we are going wrong, Honorable Speaker, in this country because of democracy. It is too much democracy, Mr. Speaker, and the opposition people think that they can control this country, which I believe we are misuse. There's no misuse, and we are not going to allow that opposition will, I'm telling you, and you need to have respect. Some of you are just, let me hold it there. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
The Honorable, you know, I want to go with the requests here. Honorable Harrison Kombe is recognized to make his contributions.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika kwa kunipatia nafasi nami niweze kuunga mkono hoja iliyo mbele yetu. Mheshimiwa Spika, kwa hakika idara hii ya uchukuzi ni idara muhimu sana, na ni idara ambayo inastahili kuwa na kanuni zake ambazo zitaiwezesha kazi iweze kufanywa kwa njia mwafaka. Mheshimiwa Spika, Mheshimiwa Spika, kuna haja ya kuweka sheria ili kudhibiti sehemu hii ya bodaboda. Kitengo hiki cha bodaboda ni kitengo muhimu sana katika nchi yetu na kinastahili kudhibitiwa vilivyo, kwa sababu kukiwa na utovu wa nidhamu katika sekta hii utapata ya kwamba mambo hayaendi vizuri. Unashangaa ukiwa barabarani unapitiwa mbele kwa njia isiyostahili na driver wa bodaboda. Inakuwa ni tatizo, ukimgonga ni shida. Jiandae kabisa, gari itachomwa saa hiyo hiyo. wanakuja kama nyuki, lakini iwapo idara hii itadhibitiwa vilivyo kisheria, nafikiri hata hao wenyewe wana bodaboda wataweza kupata nafasi ya kufanya kazi vizuri, na pia wateja wao watakuwa wanawaheshimu. Ukizingatia hiyo sekta vile inavyoendeshwa nchini Rwanda, ingekuwa tunaweza kuiga mfano huo, basi nafikiri Kenya tungekuwa katika moja wapo ya zile nchi ambazo zinadhibiti kisheria idara hii ya bodaboda. Pia vile vile tukizingatia hata kwa upande wa matatu, zamani matatu zilikuwa zimejirekebisha, zafanya kazi vizuri, lakini tukirudi sasa msongamano umerudi ni ule ule. Hapa Nairobi kuna kundi la matatu ambalo linaweza kuamua kuzunguka huu mji na nderemo, vifijo, tarumbeta, mpaka unashindwa hii gari inafanya kazi ya kubeba abiria ama inafanya kazi ya wendazimu. Mheshimiwa Spika, kuna haja ya hizi sheria zikaweze kudhibitiwa, na wale ambao ni wa kuhakikisha hizi sheria zinafuatwa, hao askari pia nao wanastahili wapewe nafasi ya kufanya kazi yao vilivyo, maana punde tu matatu zile zenye kupiga matarumbeta hapa mjini zinaposhikwa, hata hazitafika station, zinawachiliwa kwa njia, kwa sababu simu zinatoka sehemu kubwa kubwa na unaona tu wanawachiliwa na wanaendelea na hiyo hali yao ya utovu wa nidhamu. Mheshimiwa Spika, naunga mkono mswada huu. Iwapo tutaweza kuupitisha na uweze kutumika, basi tutakuwa tunadhibiti hiyo sekta ya uchukuzi na kila mmoja atafurahia. Asante Mheshimiwa Spika.
Honorable Sabina Chege is recognized to make her contributions.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. And Mr. Speaker, on the onset, I want to say that I support the amendments. Honorable Speaker, the public sector, and especially on transportation, is a sector that normally affects many Kenyans. And Mr. Speaker, in other developed countries where we have governments that have already taken up this duty, we normally see decency, we normally see good treatment. And Mr. Speaker, I don't know why this country, all the time that we go back, initially we used to have our Kenya bus system, where passengers knew the pickup time, the drop-out time, the areas that they were, the public transport was operating on, or the vehicles, and public services vehicles had a lot of discipline. Mr. Speaker, if we remember Honorable Mishuki, and who is also from my county, he also brought a lot of discipline within the sector. The seat belt issue came up, the uniform, and we got the crew that was tidy, that was treating people very well. But Mr. Speaker, we have seen with time that we have lost against the Mishuki rules that came up with against Mr. Speaker. And so one of the reasons why I support this amendment is that, Mr. Speaker, we need to have discipline back in this system. And number two, we also need to make sure that the public are not exploited. You have seen recent cases where, Mr. Speaker, even when the fuel is adjusted, the prices are adjusted, the fares goes up, and when the prices go down, the fares don't go down. And so the normal mwananchi is the one who keeps on suffering, Mr. Speaker. We have also seen, Mr. Speaker, in social media, some of the matatus being driven carelessly, Mr. Speaker. And we have seen them not even taking keen of the passengers that they carry. We have had accidents that can be avoided, Mr. Speaker. And especially, Mr. Speaker, coming week, we'll be closing our schools. Mr. Speaker, we have had some of these public services vehicles being conduits to sell drugs to the children. And some of them, Mr. Speaker, you also see how they are driven carelessly. Some of them, they go to the schools to pick their students, and so they hike their fares. And we know we have also very hard and harsh economic times. So this bill, I personally support it. And Mr. Speaker, I would say from the crew to the fare to the discipline, Mr. Speaker, and we should not, in today's age, have matatus where people are standing. Even for the general public, for anyone to enter matatu where the matatu is full, I think also this one also looks at the law enforcers. And Mr. Speaker, I am very sure once we put discipline in this industry, the issues of even the law enforcers, the 50 bob, the 100 bob that they normally give as a bribe, so that then they can be able to carry excess, Mr. Speaker, it's going to be a matter of past. So customer dignity is a must in public sector. And I wish, Mr. Speaker, that one day, one time, we can have a public service motor vehicles being ran professionally. I visited recently, I went to TZ, I saw they have gotten even their train and they are improving. They might catch up with us, Mr. Speaker. And so it is important that we as a house make sure that the customer dignity is looked at, the passengers are treated well, and Mr. Speaker, they're also not exploited, and especially on fares. So I stand and I support Mr. Speaker, and to say this is really the work that we should be doing in Parliament. I have heard a lot of people talking about goons, Mr. Speaker, and who use our boda young men, and then they call them goons, Mr. Speaker. All I want to say, if you are able to call those young men to come either to protect you or to come in your political rally, and tomorrow they will not have a place to go, they will turn against you. So it is a time bomb, Mr. Speaker, that we as leaders, we might joke about it, we might do the blame game, but at the end of the day, Mr. Speaker, even our brothers and some of our sisters who are in this border industry, Mr. Speaker, they also need to make sure that they follow the law and at the same time avoid, and especially now that we are coming to politics, avoid political exploitation, because we exploit them, use them. At the end of the day, some of them lose lives. And it was actually a shame, Mr. Speaker, that in our recent Kalou by-election, we got some of the young people who are called by a politician to go for a political meeting to disrupt. And when they suffered, the family were left with a bill, they were left with a sick child, and those politicians are nowhere to be seen, Mr. Speaker. And so I'll urge ourselves as the leaders that even when we have been given a chance to be in a leadership position, we should make sure that whatever we do, it's something that will not come to haunt us in the future. I support Mr. Speaker, and thank you very much.
Honorable Patrick Makau, I hope you are not on a point of order on the dressing of the Honorable Sabina Chege, because it is very patriotic.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for this chance. Madam Honorable Sabina Chege, she's very well donned. In fact, the clothes, the outfit she's wearing, dons the colors of Linda Mwananchi. So I'm very happy to welcome her to that party, because that is the way forward, loyalty and love of this country. Mr.
What
Speaker,
is out of order, Honorable Sabina Chege?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. It is very unfair for the Honorable member to purport that I am donning a specific political affiliation or party or a movement attire. Mr. Speaker, I am a patriotic Kenyan, and today I chose to don the Kenya national flag's colors. So the Linda or Mwananchi, ground or whatever it is, Mr. Speaker, I'm just a patriotic Kenyan. And yesterday I saw some people who came looking like grasshoppers, donned in green, Mr. Speaker, and others in blue. But Mr. Speaker, what I would like to say is this: let us all become patriotic. Let us love our country. Let us not mess this nation as leaders, because if the people cannot see what we do in darkness, God in heaven sees what we do, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much.
Honorable Patrick Makau, the colors green, red, black with white strips are the colors of the flag of our nation, a mark of patriotism. Honorable Sabina Chege, let us know you are tailor. We need to send more Kenyans to that tailor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much.
Honorable
Indeed.
members, Honorable Makau, let me recognize and welcome a number of learning institutions to Parliament before we continue proceedings. Honorable members in the Speaker's Gallery, we have not honorable, but Kaungu Primary, School from Bere North in Embu County. We have St. Joseph Kikuyuni Senior School from Matungulu constituency in the Great Machakos County. We have students from Lion School, Imenti constituency in Meru County. And then we have Honorable Tilindi Primary School from Kuresoi South in the Great Nakuru County. I want to allow the Honorable Ibrahim Dawood,
Mr. Speaker, have the mic.
Not Ibrahim, but Rahim Dawood, to not only make his contributions, but also to visit and welcome all the students and their teachers to this House of Parliament.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, first I want to welcome Tender Brains Academy from Meru County and all the other schools which have come, which are in the public gallery and the Speaker's Gallery. Mr. Speaker, I'm congratulating Tender Brains Academy from Tigania West on behalf of Honorable Dr. Mutunga, who has just stepped out for another meeting. And Mr. Speaker, this school is all the way, it's a comprehensive school, it's an academy, and it's one of the highest performing schools in Tigania West. Mr. Speaker, they have performed very well over the years. Up to the last 2023, they had a 394 score in the final exams. Mr. Speaker, to the students who have come today, my advice to them is to look up that they will be in where we are today, where we are standing today, and they should work hard, listen to their teachers, and from there build up on what the education will help them with. Mr. Speaker, I want to go to the bill, and Mr. Speaker, I want to support Honorable Didas Baraza in his amendment of the NTSA Act amendment. He's my vice chairman. Mr. Speaker, he has put very pertinent questions where he has mentioned that we should have a minimum and a maximum of the fares. Because, Mr. Speaker, like the previous speakers who have spoken before, at times when there is a shortage of vehicles or when schools are closing or opening, we tend to find that the fares have been hiked. Or when there is a shortage of vehicles, the fares are hiked. Mr. Speaker, that is very inconveniencing for people who probably left home earlier thinking that the fares they will get will be lower than what they have. But, Mr. Speaker, the other thing is we need what we used to have, like Kenya bus service, or what we have in the Western countries. They have a timetable, Mr. Speaker. You are sure if you miss one bus, you will not miss the next one. They are either spaced out between 5 and 10 minutes or 20 minutes. Even trains is the same. Like the London Underground, you can be sure when you will get it. And there are routes as well. I mean, which line to take. So it makes it easier for you to interchange. It's so much easy. But, Mr. Speaker, for now, we are not sure which bus comes when, which matatu comes